Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you as always for being here, and as always let us know if you can hear us and watch us properly, because we have been doing this for a while but we still have some issues with hosting our live streams. So first things first, hi Grelo, Joao, hi Joy, hi Max and Lee,
Yes,
and
a lot of
Jay.
people, as
There's a lot of you.
always, already here, ready to hear us talking about stuff that you may find in the game. And for sure, I think you are here also to catch a glimpse on the new cover for Outgunned Superheroes. Thank you, Brelosi. Says that with the hero loud and clear. It's great. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Peace to everybody.
So today we are going to show you the cover art for Outgunned Superheroes. You have already seen a little bit of it because are seeing it right now. We showed you at least the face of the main character of this new cover, but we'll show you the full cover. And also this will not be the only piece of art that we will show you today. And before we do all of that, we are going to talk a little bit about the game. Um, we still don't have a name for the Iron Woman, but we will reveal it at the beginning of the campaign. So
We will keep the same, you know, right now idea of adventure. We would probably write before the beginning of the campaign the name of our cover girl.
so um, first things first, we have had a lot of questions about Outgunned Superheroes, so I will try to answer a little bit of them now today. If you have any other question, you can write us in the chat.
Yes.
But please note that next week we are going to have another live stream, same day, same hour, so on March the 18th, I believe,
Yes.
at this very same hour. We will have another live stream to discuss superpowers and super roles. So your superhero role for
Yes.
Outgunned Superheroes. So we will talk about that. Also different tiers of power. That it's something that you will find in the book. Like, are you going to play as Superman or are you going to play as Daredevil, for example? And these will all be covered as best as we can next week, when we
Yes.
will also show you some of the artwork for the roles and we'll present you some of the roles. So today I'm going to address the differences in the book. I will not talk specifically about superpowers or superheroes for that reason.
Exactly. There will be superpowers, of course, if you have the question, but we will talk in as much detail as possible before the launch next week. So keep talking. But today there's a lot to talk about and a lot to show, of course. Hi, John.
So, first thing to say about this game and campaign, this will be our usual campaign for Outgunned. So that means that you will find, together with a number of accessories, there will be an Outgunned Superhero genre book, there will be an Action Flicks Volume 3, there will be a mission dossier,
Yes.
which I believe it's the best yet. And
Justice.
if you know us, we are very humble, but we are very proud of our pre-made campaign and dossier. I like I like a lot the one in World of Killer. My
Yes.
favorite to date is Fall of Atlantis, the mission dossier for Outcast Adventure. But I believe that the mission dossier for superheroes is superior. You will tell us that if you appreciate it or not. Also, thank you, John.
Always, before you ask us, yes, we will release next month, someday next month, a free quick start for Outgunned Adventure, like we did for Outgunned Superheroes, like we did for Outgunned Adventure, and in the quick start there will be one already playable shot, so you can start and get a grasp of what the mission dossier will be about.
But I will speak about the quick start in a little bit. But also we will have a new screen, a superhero themed screen, as the Outgunned one is like one section is basically the same as the core book, basic rules that we like to repeat because everyone needs repetition whenever we are playing. I forget my own rules sometimes. And then, of course, all the new rules for superheroes. So, what's new about Outgunned Superheroes? Why do we need a whole genre book? That's why can't we do this with an action flick like we did with Great Powers, or a couple of action flick like we are slowly building towards Star Wars with Star Raiders and Star Knights.
That's
And,
building our
hey,
multi action flicks.
by the way, I see
game.
there's I see there is Mark Hunt in the chat right now. So happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday.
Uh, today is Mark's birthday. I think I don't know if I am correct. If not, I'm sorry, because it's always bad luck to say happy birthday if it's not your birthday. But I believe it is. So happy birthday, Mark. So why are we doing a genre book? What's new? Um, First of all, this genre book will change a little bit the way of how you build your hero, because your role will basically become your superpower,
Yes.
or they will be connected. So your role will not define. Since your role is there, we always say that your role means what do you do within your
Inside
group, within your team. It made sense for us to die the role and the superpower. So basically, you will choose your superpower by choosing your role, and that's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to, because there will be a couple of differences between roles and super roles, not enough that it will make the other roles not compatible, because we want you to be able to use
mix
all
and
the roles
match.
from all the other books, but different enough to add a little spice to your character creation. One of the things that you will find in your character sheet is also a new thing, is also your origin, and your origin will take the place of the job or background from Outgunned and Outgunned Adventure, and will be how you achieved your superpower. There will be, I believe, 10 different origins. Origins,
That.
yeah, would go from alien to
Someone was asking about alien heroes.
yep.
The origin is the way that we deal with different power sources, meaning why you have the power. That origins answer this question. Are you an alien? You were born like with gifted powers, or whatever. You inherited this from a failed or a successful experiment. There are two different origins, and much more. So you can took these roles that embodies also the power of your superpowers, and twisted a little bit and doing a unique spin to incorporate your origin.
And yeah, that's also between among these origins, you will also have one origin which is, and will always be my favorite, which is a simple human, or simply human. I don't know how it's translated, but just human. You're basically, you have no actual superpower.
I came prepared, and I have all the file with all the translation of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah, simple humans.
simple humans.
There are a lot of terms, so it's very big.
So yeah, you gotta have. There is actually a feat called Prep Time, Mark. It's no joke. It's a real feat, and you will find all sorts of feats and super feats. But we will talk about that in another live. So first thing that will change, it will change the way you build your character. Makes sense since we are talking about super readers. Most of this book is about characters, and
Yes.
of course about enemies, but it's mostly about the people who got superpowers. So it's such a big change that usually our feet are within the same chapter of our role. So you have a character creation chapter. Now we need two sections, one for character creation, one for superpowers and feats. Because it's a huge chunk of the book. There's a lot of feats, a lot of superpower, a lot of stuff going on. Someone asked, is it going to be more crunchy than Outgunned? And the answer is no, but I don't know. It's different for me to define crunch. I always say that, but it's going to have a little bit more of, there's going to be probably a little more time spent doing your character sheet.
Yes.
Hopefully in a good way. We don't want the game to feel heavy, but we felt compelled to give you additional tools, additional stuff to do to make your character your own. Because the good things about action heroes or adventure heroes is that basically they're all the same. At the end of the day, they're good guys, they know stuff, they shoot at bad guys. Why in superheroes, the beauty of superheroes is that they are all different. So we wanted to give you plenty of freedom to make your own character. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. And also there's going to be a lot more spending adrenaline, which is not called adrenaline anymore. It will be called power. And you will be able, so you will have your own special actions like the enemies to spend your power to do cool stuff. But we will talk about that next week. Then what's new? We're going to have in this book, of course, super enemies. Super
Yes.
enemies are enemies that can rely on super feet, so they're going to be super strong. They're going to be giant. They're going to be extremely small. They can teleport. They can change your mind. They can shapeshift,
Then
steal your
power.
power.
I don't know. Yes.
They can do a lot of stuff.
They can do a lot of the stuff the heroes can do, of course, because most of the time you will find yourself facing super villains, meaning villains with superpower.
Also, they will have special super action. Some super special action.
Action.
They will work a little bit differently from. They will be a little bit different from the one that you saw in the core book or in the Outgunned Adventure as supernatural enemies, meaning that they will have all the same special action. So there will be no different special action for each enemy. They will all have the same, but there will be a lot of them. There is 17, 15 of them, and they are all tied to some tables. So you can either choose during the fight, you can choose before the fight, or you can even roll them randomly. So there'll be a lot of special actions going on, a lot of interrupting the fight and creating stuff. On the other end, we will also have rules for team ups. Like if I want, for example, maybe I'm playing a very huge metal guy or green guy and I want to take, for example, Simone and throw him as a cannonball towards the enemy, for example. There's going to be a small tool for that, which is called the team up, and the big version of the team up, which is called the assemble. And the assemble is a different kind of scene that doesn't work like, we are going to talk about that later, but it's a different kind of scene. It's not a fight, it's all the superheroes working together to achieve the same goal in a scene, like not in a single role, but across a scene. So yeah.
Yes, the core of the example is to have a group of heroes and superheroes teaming up against that overwhelming catastrophe, I don't know, in which every single one of them has to do something to save the situation, and the core things revolves around teamwork. How well you can work together to overcome these really, really dangerous challenges. So it's a scene where acting together as a team is the best way to actually
and it will actually take account of your relationship between each other. Sometimes if you have a special bond with someone, if someone does something stupid and then other people lose trust in him, this will affect your teamwork. So that's another big things that you're going
Yes.
to find. And of course, how to build your villain. There will be a different kind of structure to your campaign, which will be based on 3 special shots as always. One will be the call to action, and then the crisis, and then the end game. Of course, we needed to do that. And then of course, new rules for your timeout. You can supercharge your power. You can use special manifestation of your power that you are normally are not allowed to do. Think about like Professor X using Cerberus to track a mutant, for example. That kind of power manifestation, bigger power manifestation that you can
That
do.
can, that can have a heavy toll on your body and mind when you use such unearthly manifestation of power. Yes, that basically a lot of things you can do, since you have a lot more possibility of action in the superhero genre.
So there's going to be quite some stuff. Of course, there's going to be new object. There's going to be super
Yeah.
vehicles. There's going to be super gadgets, which are always. Since I usually play the human, I am a fan of gadgets, and also we are going to add a brand new material, a brand new substance to the Outgunned world, which is the duramantium. And duramantium is from the Latin duro, which means literally hard. Duramantium is the strongest material on Earth. And only if you have a feat, you can afford a gadget that's made out of duramantium. So,
Yes,
uh,
gadgets are a very cool addiction, because in a single things you can both use them to play as a simple human, which is one of the possible origins, to make up for your lacking of natural supernatural natural superpower, or some superheroes can have very cool gadget even if they already have their own superpower, so they can use a gadget to have something above and beyond what they can normally do, and this bring another great level of personalization to your hero. That was, as you can probably see right now, our main focus when building your hero is to have a lot of tools to build different heroes, and to have the exact idea you have in mind transported into the game.
there's also a lot of additional stuff to this, but I
Yes.
think we have talked enough. I will show you the cover now because that's the reason why you are here, and I think it's only fair. Then I will add one more thing to the to what we were saying about um, what you will find inside the book, and then before we leave you, I have a little spoiler for you. So, okay, here we have our first core book, Outgunned Cinematic Action Role Playing Game. Next to it, we have Outgunned Adventure, which I proudly have here with me, and it's going to ship soon to all of you backers. The first, um, the first genre book for the Outgunned line, and then we are finally going to have our second genre book, which will be about superheroes. And here is the cover. It's going to be pretty small now, but I will show you the full art in a bit. And here she is. As always, main character, redhead on the cover, always was always. Let me see if I can.
Sorry.
Yeah, give you a little closer. Yeah, probably that's better. Um,
Yes.
this cover
Completely.
took a lot of work. In my personal opinion, just the amount of detail, like the rendering of the art, is a whole another level. We are growing. Daniela is growing with us, and every time we every time we do something new, Daniela always does a step up. A bit empty. It probably looks empty without all the stuff going on, because this is a huge chunk of what you are seeing. It's not actually in the book, because the books are very like
Vertical.
narrow, like, yeah. So it's hard. Once you see it in the book,
Yes.
it's pretty busy as it is. Okay, here you can see probably the amount of detail a little bit better. It's always hard to showcase vertical images in um, in a live stream. So the idea behind this particular piece of art is that we asked ourselves what kind of superheroes we want to talk about. So this is not going to be a book about superheroes who needs to like who dressed up in a full shiny spandex suit. This is not like Golden Age, Bronze Age, Silver Age superheroes. It's not a comic book kind of. It's not about superheroes from comic book. So we wanted to make it a little more realistic, a little bit more gritty, if that makes sense. Still, we want an heroic game, an epic game, but we wanted something more reliable, more down the ground. So the idea to have not your Superman, not your caped, super powered, but to have a woman in a bulky suit of armor, because this is not your end game like nanotech. This is like Iron Man 1 kind of bulky piece of hypertech armor, and we wanted her to be on her knee, like standing up once again where everything is destroyed, because that's the whole spirit of the game we are building. Like this is superheroes, but this is also outgunned. So, and in outgunned, you are always outgunned, as the name said. Thank you guys. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of hearts going on. I hope you like the cover. I'm
not Wakanda level, not enough.
I don't know in a live stream if you can really appreciate how higher Daniela is going from cover to cover in the kind of in the level of her painting, but it's you will see probably better in the post. I'm really excited for what she's doing. So before I show you another little piece of art, another little spoiler, I want to answer a specific question about the storm. As you know, this book was originally presented to you as Outgunned Storm, which was the code name of superheroes. So me and Simone could say, the next project is Outgunned Storm without making spoilers, because we like to talk. But Storm will actually be something important in the game, because there is a rule tied to the storm. And what's the storm? I don't know, Simone, if you want to explain, or what's the storm?
The storm is basically an agency, a worldwide agency in our Outgunned Superheroes world that interact with superheroes. Much less, more or less like, the Shield from MCU, or whatever it's called, other the Argus in the DCU. I think it's the name. I can't remember. But yes, some sort of agency that work with superheroes.
And there is So the storm is basically going to be our shield, and um, there is a simple rule tied to the storm in your game, because this is not a game with a huge like world building, but still there is some world building around the book, and the storm is the best example.
Yes.
Before you start playing, you as a director will have to choose what storm means in your specific campaign. So yes,
Yes.
it's STORM.
Yes. STORM.
The
It's
book
correct.
suggests two different meaning of storm. Casey is asking when can we buy it. This is going to be
In May.
in May, crowdfunded in May.
On Backerkit in May. We still don't know the exact date, but you will know as soon as we know.
So let me see if I can find it, because I have to read them. I cannot remember the two
Very long.
acronym of
I have
storm.
it somewhere.
Let me see.
Okay. Okay, I got them.
Okay, Simona is faster.
Yes. So you have these two possible meaning of the acronym STOR. The first one would be special, tactical, operation, and reinforcing missions. In this case, and the other one would be a superhuman tracking, overseeing, and risk management.
So basically, in the first, if you choose that your storm is the special tactical operation and reinforcing missions, it means that this storm will work together with superheroes, like sometimes the Shield does. Like they are kind of good guys, they want to help superheroes, superheroes work with storm. It's all a peaceful environment. While if you opt for the second option, which is the superhuman tracking, overseeing, and risk management, you will have a more it's not a
Hostile.
bad storm, but it's going to be hostile. They're going to be trying to monitor you. It's going to be more like if you have seen the Invincible TV series, for example, or something like that. It's going to be a kind of storm, a kind of agency that has to watch over you, that probably don't trust you, but still needs your help. So it's cool that we couldn't decide one way or another, like what's more interesting. So we turned this into an actual tool. We say before you start playing, you have to decide: is there an agency in your world? What kind of agencies? And that will also change how superhumans are perceived. So this, I believe, it's the best example of how we use word building to make tools or rules, and vice versa, like how they talk with each other. So you will not find kind of information about who's United States president or whatever, but you will find some stuff like this.
Yes, how the governments perceive the superpowered heroes,
which is kind of a big theme in modern, contemporary superhero movies. Like, whose side are you on? Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, it's not a single tool, Jay. It's not like there is a tool about select your teams, but I believe it's nice to have. It's nice to understand. It's useful to understand that sometimes the world you live in is actually affects the game, and not only the story you are telling, if that makes sense. It's hard to express this in English, but basically we want to give you that pieces of world building, like the storm, that we think will have an impact if you play just a one shot, and if all the rest you can decide it yourself. So you're going to have a couple of stuff like that around the book.
yes.
So Um, Before we leave you, let me remind you that we will have another live stream next week to discuss about superpowers, power, which is a usable resource that you have to activate your superpowers, and of course, we
Power
will
level.
we will also talk about the power tiers or
Yes.
power levels. Um, but I've said before that we will have a screen, we will have a new superhero screen for this game, and the art for the superhero screen is very big, and it features a number of character. One of these character, I anticipated it during the previous live stream, I want to show you. So this is the one that you're going to see. It's a cutout from the superhero screen that we will reveal, I believe, at the end of the week. So please join us in welcoming our first superhero of Outgunned Superheroes, Wildcat. She's already our. We are all in love, or equally in love, with her. So she's our like the spirit superhero, animal slash superhero of the Two Little Mice.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. What can best express the spirit of superheroes than a girl with golden clothes and a luchador, luchadora,
Mask.
luchadores? I don't know how don't know how to declinate.
Yes.
Yeah, like a luchador, mask, and some kind of a costume wrapped together, but then shorts and band-aids with a little cat on the side. So yeah, there is what we like about Wildcat is that it express our idea of superheroes. Like you don't need to wear a mask in this world. If you do, it's somewhat silly, but you're going to be like an everyday person, like all of us, with superpower and of course super responsibility.
Of course. Why not? I mean, you have superpowers in the end, so it's about you and what you do.
So with this last reveal of Wildcat that you will see in all her beauty in this big director screen at the end of the week,
Yes.
I'd say that we can take part and will see you on. I like to think that I can express myself in English, like not at the best, but
it's very hard.
But
it's tiring. Most of the people after,
but it's
after like 40 minutes.
The days of the week, they are. I mean, it's been 30 years. I still can't remember all the different days of the week. Like we are going to see you on Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Tuesday. Why do you have two days of the week which are called the same?
I don't know why they have Tuesday and Thursday. They're so similar.
Why?
For an Italian, it's very hard to discern one from the other. You don't know, guys, how many meats and calls we miss because we keep having wrong Tuesdays with Thursdays. It's very hard.
Yeah. So, okay. I know, John. I mean, it's time to emancipate from that. Yeah. Thank you.
You are too nice, and
for me, it's
what today. So
then in the middle you got Wednesday, which doesn't sound anything like it's written. It's like for an Italian, it's so different. So
Wildcats Day. Thank you, Jay.
Day.
That's a clever solution.
I liked it.
But we will have another live stream exactly next year, so next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Italian time, whatever that may mean, in which we will talk extensively about superpowers, about the roles, about the power and the power tier. So a lot of things. One of the, of course, biggest focus of a new games, for obvious reason. But before saying hello to everybody, I must warn you that as soon as the live will be over, we will officially open the teaser page for the project. We will post about it, of course, in a bit on our social media, but you can already find the page and place a bookmark so you can keep in the loop on everything that will happen in the next week, in the following weeks, and help us let this number grow. That it's always a good sensation. It's also helps a lot in bringing in new people that, as you well know, it's our main goal with each genre book. We hope to bring as many new gamer as we can to have this community, this Outgunned community grow and grow and grow. So also you will find more and more people to play our game with. Backerkit, yes.
Yes. And also by subscribing, following, leaving a bookmark to this teaser page, as they call it, you will also get the quick start as soon as it's available, because we will post it there and we will send you an email for that. And so, yeah, in the next week we're going to have a little more live stream than usual to anticipate what you're going to find in the quick start.
Thank you very much. We will reveal some art starting from today before the next live stream on next week. So keep tuned on, especially in our Facebook page, because you will see some new exciting art.
You will see, and by the end, in the next 14 days, we'll reveal at least 4 new pieces of art, if not 5. So we have a lot of stuff ready and we want to share. Before the end of this week, we will share the screen, which I believe it's absolutely amazing. And it's all another level of complexity also than our other screen. And on our next live stream, we are going to reveal a couple of playable character from the quick start / role characters to introduce you to superpowers. So yeah, you will have plenty heroes in the next couple of weeks. Thank you guys, thank you for being here as always, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.